Here we go.
How you guys doing? This is your homeboy E Short once again in my man cave, starting out with the ENL Sports Talk Show here with my brother Les Miller. How you doing, Les?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm just feeling so much love right now, seeing all my Hartwick brothers, man. This is what Nick would want. This is what our coach would want.
Yeah,
Okay.
this
So
is a special show that we're doing, trying to bring together, a fraternity of players from Hartwick College, for which we're less played at. And so I'm going to kind of take a back step and basically ask everyone to do what we normally do, and is to introduce themselves and give us a piece of who you are related to Hartwick College. And I guess maybe we can start with let's start with Jerry. Let's go, Jerry.
I figured you would start with me, Big E. Hey, my Hartwick Hawk brothers, B-ball brothers, man. Love you guys much, and it's great seeing everybody. And first of all, I hate that I missed you seeing you. We of course being for Coach Lambros in his services with the family, and of course, I think that you all know my wife's brother passed away, but it's great seeing y'all. Jerry Fulmer, I like to say class of 80, 81, because I officially graduated really that fall of 1980, and it was a pleasure. I was born and raised in Syracuse, being in upstate New York, but I am now retired after about almost 40 years in the utility space as a director and vice president, where I'm here located in Durham, North Carolina. You all are all welcome to come on down here to call it. They call it God's country. The basketball's here.
mhm.
So I didn't know what else, Eric. You said 40 seconds. I want to get into the conversation, but I just want to say, man, it's a pleasure being here with you guys and representing it. It's an emotional thing for me too. So if you see tears and cries after all you guys talk, don't mind me, okay?
Absolutely. All right. So where we going next? Dollar
Can you
Bill.
guys hear me?
We're in Dollar Bill. Where we at?
Hey,
I don't
Les,
see
can you hear
Dollar
me?
Bill.
Yeah,
Oh,
I hear
I
you.
Yeah,
can hear you.
Larry.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, let's
No,
go
we
with
can't hear
Jerry
you.
then.
Huh?
Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Jerry O'Grady.
Jerry
Jerry
Q.
O.
Jerry O.
Jerry O, you got it. I got my Nick Lambro shirt on.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Nice, nice.
Rest in peace, Coach. So I'm from the Bronx. Coach came. Well, he didn't come to recruit me. What was his name? Joe Super. He was your guy's assistant, right?
True. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
true.
He,
Yeah.
he came to recruit me, and I didn't see Nick till I got to Hartwick. I got on a. I had no car in the Bronx. My parents were born in Ireland, no car, so I had to go to Port Authority and take about a 7-hour ride to Hartwick. Stopped in every little rinky-dink town known to mankind, and then Nick picked me up at the bus station, took me up to school, introduced me to everybody. He was a fantastic, fantastic guy. And Jerry Fulmer, you said you're a crier. I will blow you away when it comes to crying.
I
I'm a big soft ass,
hear
but
you.
he meant a lot to me. I definitely chose the school because of him, and a lot of Les and Carp and Lai and you older guys. I didn't get a chance to play with Jerry. I never played with Dana and those guys. I just heard about you guys. I used to see Don McAllister a bit because he was. Did he stay around town for like a year? Seemed like he
Yeah.
was at all our games for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
freshman year.
Yeah, he was my roommate.
Yeah, and he was your roommate after graduation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother scam.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, you're right about that.
So
All
anyway,
right.
yeah.
How
So
about if we go with Lionel now?
Hey, I'm Lionel Lyons. I guess I came in and recruited by Nick after an All-Star game. Some little short guy come up and talked to me saying, "What are you doing after this?" I said, "Why? I want to bring you up to Hartwick." I'm like, "What the hell is Hartwick?" One of those midnight visits in a little car going up the mountain roads. If you guys know Nick,
Mhm.
flying, and I'm like, "Where the hell am I going?" And then all of a sudden, coming over the mountain and come in and see the town lit up. So it was it came because of him. I was about to go to Pot. I was ready to go to Potsdam, and he told me, "No, I got something else for you." I said, "Okay." So I went for the ride. So and that was it. Fell in love with coming into town, coming into the country, and it was only 4 hours away from home instead of 8. So I was very happy about that.
There you go. There you go.
So I'm from Long Island, by the way. So.
Okay.
All right. How about you, Marty?
Yeah, Marty Crouch, Lionel's class. We started in 78, graduated in 82. Yeah, I grew up about an hour away from Oneonta, where Hamilton College is in Clinton, New York. And I think I was about 14 years old and went to the Hamilton College basketball camp and won the MVP there. And the coach there, whose name just left my head, but Tom Murphy. Yeah, he was hounding me all through high school. Hey, you got to come up here. You got to come up here. I said, well, I want to get away from Clinton. So he actually gave my name to Nick, and as a possible recruit. And Joe Super showed up at one of my games near the end of the season, and yeah, Soup was a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, similar to Jerry O. I didn't meet Nick till I actually was on campus, and he said he had seen me me and a buddy of mine were in a shooting contest at Utica College. So, he said he saw that, but he never actually saw me play. And I remember one of the first questions Soup asked me when I got on campus, says, hey, can you dunk? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed, you can dunk. Yes.
I'm just really great that Soup showed up and got me involved with all you guys. Yeah, it's been at the service for Nick. It's been 40 years since I've seen some of you guys.
Right, that's
really
right.
Great, really great to get together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to Shay. Is that Shay?
Yeah.
Yep. What's
One
going
of the
on?
young fellas.
Yeah. I'm probably the young one on the call, but I
Mhm.
appreciate Les inviting me. Class of '99. So
Wow.
yeah. So what is you said
You
you
shaved yet or what? 99. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I got underwear older than you.
I got shoes older than him.
Still behind his ears.
What is odd is I came up. Nick Tugger recruited me. I came up, and I think I met Tugger before I met anybody else. And then when I met Nick, he was sitting in the office, and he points to this picture, and he's like, "You know this guy? It's High C."
Yeah.
He was like, "I bet you can't jump like him." That's the first thing he said to me. So if y'all guys don't know, I'm from Hempstead, New York, Long Island.
Yeah.
High C graduated with my mom.
Mm.
So we both went to the same school together, graduated. They graduated together. So he always jokes around like that's supposed to be my son.
Yeah, right.
And we wore number 10 together until I made them buy number 11 because that's what my uniform was. So my junior and senior year, I was number 11. But
that's pretty cool.
Love memories. One of the best memories I have is y'all coming up for alumni weekends when y'all would come and watch us play, man. That just, it was home because I was the only Black man on the team my freshman year. So my freshman year was a little rough trying to, integrate, but
Right.
the love that was there, like I stayed up there for 20 years after I graduated just because of how home it was.
Nice.
My daughter was born there, so I got memories of Nick. I was the last player that Nick coached, really, because he retired during my junior year, started my junior year, so he was, like I was probably the last one he recruited that came in,
Okay. No,
Wow.
Didn't know that.
Wow.
that's good to
All
know.
right, Snowden.
Oh, that's me. I have a friend, and that's her.
Oh,
That sounds like Bodie on the road.
He has a friend.
Bodie on
You
the
get on the
road.
road. Make him talk to the mode.
Bodie on the road.
Come on, Bodie. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
Yeah. Well, if Shea was the only Black guy on the team, I was the only bad player on the team because we were really good. Those guys were good players.
Mm-hmm.
But I went there, and actually Danny and I were roommates And we went up when Coach Chipman was the coach,
Right.
and he recruited both of us
Mm-hmm.
from down the Jersey Shore. Well, I'm from the Jersey Shore. Danny's from North Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And we met on a recruiting trip up to Hartwick in '75.
Mm-hmm.
And he lives a mile from me now. I sold him his house, and we're still like best friends. And so the whole uh, community up there was just great to me. And Coach Lambros was great. One time, I don't know what happened. Somehow he got me $1,000 somehow when I needed money. I don't know what he did.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, it was
what
just
part
great.
of Jersey Shore?
Spring Lake.
Spring Lake.
It's the Irish Riviera, man.
I know where it's
So
at.
you do? Where do you
Aberdeen,
live?
man. Aberdeen.
Huh? Aberdeen, yeah. Well, don't you live there too, Jerry? You live in Manalapan, right? O'Grady?
I live in Manalapan, yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm,
okay. So you know where I live.
25, 30 minutes from Spring Lake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. We raised our daughter
So,
in Aberdeen. That's why I know that. All right,
and you
who's
guys ever
next?
want to come down,
Yeah.
call me, and I'll rent your
Okay.
house. You have to pay, but you know, you're all rich.
That sounds like Bodie.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Carp,
Jerry,
what
I'm
you
not here
got,
to make
Carp?
friends. The last time I saw you was when I was coaching with my brother at Northwestern,
Yeah.
and you showed up and we lost the fucking game to Ohio State by
By
1
one point against Ohio State.
Yeah,
I
and
remember
they were
that.
number 2 in the country.
Yep, I was there.
Yeah. Oh, that sucked. But we went out and had a good time afterwards.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah. It
All
really
right,
sucked.
Carp, what you got?
I want to say what's up to all the cats from the WIC and the Old Town natives, Jerry Farmer.
Oh, there you go.
But Larry Carpenter here, and I had issues with my speaker earlier, but I'm class of '81. I should have been class of '80 because I sat a year out, and Roy Chipman actually recruited me.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get into Lafayette where he was at the time. So he called Nick, and Nick came to Kingston to Gill Street and said, "Would you like to go to school?" So I had sat a year out, and I was like overwhelmed, and I jumped at the opportunity. So next thing I know, we're heading up Route 28 from Kingston up through the Gap, all the little towns I had never seen before, and ended up coming to buying the gym to run into all these cats that I had growing up in Kingston. There was no 6'7" cats. There was no cats like Jerry Foreman shooting Jays. Everybody was 6'3" and under. And so it was a great experience, and the rest is history. You know, some of the best ball players I had seen up to that point in my life, and that's due to Nick Lambros,
There you
who
go.
gave me an opportunity to play ball again, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world.
I appreciate that.
All right.
All right, Damien.
Where's Damien?
I'm right here, brother. I'll try to be brief because I know we're short on time, but
all right. Another youngster.
yeah, I think I'm taking the crown when it comes to youngsters.
Not with all that gray in your face.
I know. Hey,
That must be safe. That must be
I earned these, my brother. I earned these.
Nothing wrong with gray, Damien. Live with it. Nothing
That's
wrong
right.
with it. I had it when I was like 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I'm class of '03, Damian Lane. Grew up in the Bronx. Went to high school though in Albany, and I got recruited.
Woo-hoo! Go Bronx.
Yeah, go Bronx. But I did go to high school in Albany, and I probably got recruited because we used to kick Tugger's team's ass. CBA.
CBA?
Well,
I went to Albany High.
That's not the CBA in Syracuse now.
Oh, okay.
No. The CBA that I played against in Albany wasn't the CBA when Tugger was there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. But we used to kill them. So we had only lost 3 games my senior year, 2 to Schenectady. Schenectady went on to win 2 state championships. And then we lost in the finals. We won't talk about that to another team, Catholic Central. But I'm class of '03. I played under that first group that came in under Tugger, as Shay was talking about. Um, Came in 1999. And I can remember my first night on campus, I stayed at Dashay's house. I don't know if he remembers this, but I remember I was about to lay down on the couch and go to sleep as a youngster. He was like, "Yo, are you going out? What's up with you?" I'm like, "No, I don't do those kinds of things." Kid that stepped onto that campus and the man that left were two totally different people.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
So a lot of that I owe to Dashe, a lot of that I owe to Tug, a lot of that I owe to Nick because Nick was still at every practice. He was at every game. He was on the road with us, right? So he was still a coach. He just wasn't in the head seat anymore. So, and I also have one of those stories where family needed something. All my family had a fire. Half of our house blew up in Albany. And Nick was one of those ones that was like, "Hey, what do you need? Let me know." So
There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, who else we got left here? Did David?
We got
Billy.
Dan
Dollar.
Fran and we got Dollar.
Dollar Bill.
All right, Dollar. What you got, Dollar?
You're muted, Dollar. Something.
Dan Ferran's in the house too?
No, I couldn't hear you.
Unmuted.
You're not muted, but we're not hearing you. You're muted.
He's going to be.
Go ahead.
He
Go ahead.
just
He's
called
good
me and
now.
said he's going to be late.
Yeah, he's good now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on here.
Can we hear you, Dollar? No, Dollar, we can't hear you.
Can you? This is Dan. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so
Dan.
go ahead, Dan.
All right.
Can't see you.
No picture.
Can't see
Yeah,
you,
I'm,
but
I'm
yeah.
driving in a car, and I'm right now. I'm looking at Frank's ugly mug.
As usual, right?
Yeah,
Why do all those babes love me though? Then, if I'm so
On
ugly.
the road, Modi. On the
I
road,
don't
Modi.
understand that. Why is
it was,
that?
it
It's
was
just
close
it's
to
the
back.
personality, right?
Yo, Modi, that's because you're
My
really black.
personality
Man.
did it.
No, it's 'cause- Modi, it's because you're really black, man. That's what it is.
We're all something, Les. We're all paprika or something.
All right, go ahead, Daniel.
Yo,
All right,
Dan.
so Frank and I came in together. We spent the weekend up there. I never got so drunk in my life, and that's really why I went to Hartwick. But seriously, I walked into Binder, and there were all the NCAA banners up there, and that's really what sold it for me. I wanted to play in the tournament, and you talk to the guys, Richie Frida, KB, all those guys, right?
Yeah.
They had all played in it. I mean, what an experience! Unfortunately for us, our 4 years we played in it, right? We went to the Eastern Regionals. We had Sweet 16 twice our senior year, right, Frank? But I remember walking into Binder, and the guys are playing, and there's Nick, and he's playing horse, and one by one, he's knocking these guys out. And you remember how he would just get on your case? He would look in his pocket and say, "I got you in my pocket," right? He was just so irritating, but he knocked everyone out. And here I am watching, I'm waiting, and then Chip came over, introduced himself, and great experience. I got to play with Dana. I mean, what a great player.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Carp took his spot and filled his shoes just like that. And unfortunately, Les and Jerry, I never got a pass from them. Thank you, Carp, for looking for me out there.
Sports is the game.
You're welcome, Dan.
Hey, Dan, you got a lot of rebounds on your missed shots, though.
That wasn't many.
Hey, Dan, I had about 3 or 4 assist a game.
There you go. All right, can we hear you now, D. Bill?
Dollar. No.
No, we
I
can't
think
hear you.
Pullman and Dan Ferran were the only guys I ever saw make a jumper on the rebound ring.
That's
It was
right.
like a half-inch bigger than the ball, and boom.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so since
One of
we
your
can't
games-
hear him, we're gonna go to old Big Head over there, Big Les.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Brother Archive.
Man, I'm just so happy to see everybody. We all know how much Nick meant to us, and in our own ways. And I was actually his first recruit because of Big Don McAllister. And I also just want to say rest in peace, Big Don.
Yes.
Jim O'Brien. Jeff Higgins.
Hooter. Yeah.
Yep.
Brian St. Ledger.
Yep.
Right. Melvin Houston.
Oh, Gary's coming in.
Melvin died?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Melvin passed.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And I bleed Hartwick blue and white right now, man. This is what I know. All you guys we're connected by blood now, and it's a nice thing, man. Whether you're a warrior or whether you're a hawk, you know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good, man. But I like the fact that we can stay in communication now because of, the internet and things like that. I hope that we can stay more connected because, hey, man, tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Got that right.
You know what I mean? And even the young guys ain't that young. Okay, so I've gone through a lot of health issues and things like that, man. If you ever see one of our podcasts with my cohort Eric Short, and you want to know about somebody who's been through a lot and has endured, that will give you strength for anything that happens to you in your life.
Yes, indeed.
Don't start that, man. Don't do that to me.
Come on, E-Man. You my dude. Come on, man. Like you said, we know each other from birth, damn near. Okay, and I
Did you guys play together as kids?
Oh, what?
And I mean, like grammar school, high school?
The first game I ever played, the first organized basketball game I ever played in, was in PS92 with Les Miller. He jumped center. He tapped the ball to me. I turned around and threw the ball at the basket like it was a football. 7 years later, I'm sorry. I take that back. Maybe about 3 years later, I was Street and Smith's High School All-American as a sophomore. So that'll speak to that.
And Jerry, to get back to what you just saying though, so I jumped center, but I was also the point guard. I was a close guy. Yeah. I'm 5'10", like 9 years old.
So we go way back, man. We go way back.
Dribble.
Yeah. So and what Les is this is what Les is referring to.
Yeah. But
see,
that's
I
want to comment.
But forget about me. Yeah, but forget about me. Gary Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Man, I ain't seen him in a while.
All right, tell everybody who you are, Gary.
Well, I'm Gary Robinson. I attended Hartwick between 75 and 71. I mean, 79.
Okay.
And I played with Les for 2-3 years. How many years was it?
2 years, I think. Yeah.
2 years, years, freshman and sophomore year. And with Jerry and the rest of the crew, if they come in, you guys will see all of them. I was just telling my wife, I said, I don't know if I could, I'm going to get on there tonight. I really don't have much to say. I'll add in where I can and when I can. But that's basically it. I played with some great guys up at Hartwick. It was, the most spectacular thing about being at Hartwick was meeting the fellas that I played with in all actuality.
So if that's the case, then, and sorry for cutting you off. So just, and I know I'm going to kind of shut up and let you guys have your experience, but understand this, Gary. I beg to differ with what you said. You do have something to say.
Yes,
every single one of you guys sitting there has an experience that belongs to you, and this forum is there to share that. So with that being said, don't hold your tongue, please. And I'm not going to let you because I'm watching.
And plus, Gary,
I stand corrected on that.
Okay. Plus, you had your big brother, man, Greg Hall, was up there when you got there too, and Hurley's something killer, right?
Yeah.
G-Rob's got a lot more to contribute than he's saying.
I knew those two guys better than
you guys did. That for
Absolutely.
sure.
Yep.
You know.
So how,
Um,
just out of curiosity, how was like for all of you, and you can chime in whenever you want, how, how was this experience here? How is this impacting you right now? Because everyone can speak to their own story, but right now, in this instance, with fellow alumni together, if guys share, what this feeling is right now for this. We understand you had great experiences at Hartwick, but we're talking like almost 40 years later.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I haven't seen Gary,
what is that like for you guys?
Gary Robinson. I haven't seen you in like 40 something years,
Gary
man.
left.
And my first campus visit, the first pickup game I ever played in was with Gary Robinson.
Wow.
I mean, just
Really?
that's all. Yeah, all of this stuff is coming back.
Yeah, hey, look, that's
Yeah.
when his body was cut and refined.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well,
That's
when
right.
I showed up, I mean, when I started at Hartwick, I weighed like 180 pounds or something, and Gary was ripped, man. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Right.
I got to do something to keep
Look.
up with these guys. And
Hey,
Les
look.
used to kick my butt every day in practice. Like, the games
Well,
were easy after practice.
Eve, when you ask that question, it's something now because you think about it. At times, looking back, we may have taken some things for granted. And now, when I look at these bunch of great guys from Hartwick that, we don't say it, but it meant a lot in my life to the day. And then looking at you all, it brings back memories. And it's so great to know we've lost some great people too that were part of our lives. But then seeing you all, oh man, you don't know how it feels. Because like I said, we took a lot of things for granted at the time, I think, at least me. But then when you look at this and all the things come right back, man, it's a blessing to be able to see you all and to know you all and then getting us together. And this should not be the only time we should be doing this.
Yeah. I agree.
And I could probably talk for D Lane a little bit, on our behalf. But there's a lineage at Hartwick that we knew when we was in school. It wasn't like Nick talked about it all the time. Tug talked about it all the time. Like when we was in school, we used to play 2-on-2, Tug and I, after practice every day. And he was going at it. And he would tell stories about what was going on, the drives that we would take to schools before games. Nick was telling stories about y'all. So when alumni, the weekends came and y'all came up to see us and the class of 88 came, I don't think anybody's on from the class of 88, but they was all up in our faces all the time with expectations for us to produce and be great men at the same time. So so that lineage, like I said, High C to Les, I met Les through High C and came family day one, right?
That's right. That's right.
After that, D Lane slept on my couch. So that connection is there. Then meeting all you guys, when Coach passed away, I'm just happy to be a part of it. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, Dollar Bill, we can't hear you. Can we hear you now, Dollar Bill?
I went to the help desk, Jill. How's that?
Okay.
Hey, you now, bro.
Come on, man. This is our eldest.
My next call was to lie, but I couldn't get it right away.
So
you got the floor is yours, D. Bill.
Eric, thanks for the patience. So I don't want to rewind the tape, but real quick, Bill Samuelson, but to this crowd, I'm Dollar Bill for a long time now, and we're starting to get into the most important part of the conversation. So all I would add in the way of intro, I suppose, is a number of the guys mentioned that there was a Coach Chipman connection, and there was for me too. And some of the guys may recall that while I grew up in Connecticut, and that's where I am now, my family moved out to Arizona when I was in high school. And my best friend and one of my teammates from high school out there played for Chip at Lafayette. He was a year ahead of me. So this should make you smile. It does me after all these years. So Chip expressed an interest in me possibly going to Lafayette to follow Danny until he realized that I dribbled like an amputee. And so he shifted up a little bit, and he called his friend Nick and said, listen, I got a kid here who has some game, but he's not going to fit into what we need. So for me, it was a matter of either going back to Arizona and probably working construction for a little while longer and trying to find a place to play somewhere else, or Nick, like with others of the guys, threw me a little bit of a lifeline, and the rest now, as they say, is history. And it has been a long time since I've seen a lot of these guys. I'm a little bit of a sap too, so there may be a tear or two before the night is through on my end. But it was great to see so many of my old teammates and still consider you guys dear friends at Nick's celebration, and so I will end it there, and at least I know I can jump in now if I have anything I know I must share.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, Dollar.
Good to see you, Bill.
Yes.
I don't want to cut anybody off, but I do want to say something really quickly, to piggyback off of what Dashe was saying. That lineage that he was talking about is real. But the guys that were coming back for Alumni Weekend, it gave us something to aspire to. And my numbers wouldn't have sniffed what Les was doing on the boards, right? But still, in the back of my mind, I had Les Miller. Les Miller, you're wearing number 44. He wore 33, but it's time to get to them boards, right? So you guys gave us something to aspire to, and Nick was always talking about you guys, right? So there's that piece. I keep running into this this theme that we're all talking about of, oh, it's been 40 years. I'm talking to my guys that I was with and saying the same thing. Oh, hey, it's been 20 years since we've talked. I was just at a funeral in Long Island from one of the guys that graduated in 05.
Wow.
Wow.
Mike Warzonic, we called him Wojo. He was a 6'4", stretch big man, shooter. Shot the hell out of the ball. Great guy. Passed away at 41. He died. Funeral was the day after his 42nd birthday.
Damn.
He wore number 42. How about that?
Wow.
So rest in peace, Wojo. But
yeah,
this gives me hope that we can do more, right? We can stay connected. We got to bridge this gap between the generations. I'm on the alumni board. If you folks want to use me as a conduit for anything with Hartwick, please let me know. I've been on the alumni board for like 4 years now because I'm always thinking like I got to do it from the inside.
Yeah.
I got to do it from the inside. I can't just look at the school and say I want things to change or I want to do something differently. I gotta do it from the inside. So let's continue to build these bridges, man. Eric and Les, I appreciate you bringing us into the conversation for sure.
And Damien, thank you. Damien sounds almost like Big Mac too, and his voice.
I know, and he wore his number.
Yeah, he sounds just like him. And also, Damien, I love that shirt that you have. I love that.
Bookstore cost me about $200.
Inflation the trip.
Well, I remember Les, you used to work in the equipment room, and you had this system where you took this pole and you could reach through the grate and like pull out jackets and pullovers and stuff. And Paul Spaz caught me downtown one time wearing like a Hartwick wrestling jacket. Like, where did you get that? I was like, I don't know, just
Yeah, I had my ways back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our bookstore visits.
Yeah. You remember that,
and the pool table.
The statute of limitations ran out on that one. You're safe.
I hope so.
I don't think Les really cares, to be quite honest with you.
That's true.
Well, okay, talk about statute of limitations, man. Can I say about the fact that Nick gave me a car?
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Okay.
You wore the brakes out. You ran the brakes out that summer.
All right, I take it back. He didn't give me a car. Yeah.
Well, he let me
guys,
borrow
can I just
his
ask
little,
something?
He let
Can
me
I ask
borrow his
something?
little Toyota.
Is there any way we can help this
Go
guy
ahead, Frank.
who's the coach there now? Rob?
Coop.
Coop. Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Brad.
I think he's a good guy, man.
I mean, if you guys ever I don't know if you guys are still into watching high school kids or anything, but if you see anybody, I just sent him a kid from down here who I think from St. Rose and Belmar down here. They're pretty good. And
Okay.
so if you see somebody like in your neighborhood, like, Wes, you live in Monroe, right?
Yeah, I'm in Monroe now. Mm.
I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
That team's good. They got a really good player. But just anybody, I don't know, Marty, I don't know where you live up in upstate Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, I'm in South Deerfield, Mass, and
But Springfield's there.
I mean,
There's players.
Dana doesn't live far from me. He's got
No,
a couple
right.
of restaurants. Yeah,
And I know you know people, Carp.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Right?
I'm gonna start talking to Brad about that.
Yeah.
Because
I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there because I think it's important because they really are bad.
Are they?
What's
And
in
they
it for
shouldn't
me? Unless he's laughing, I ain't joking.
Oh yeah. Hey, if you send us somebody, Eric, that's great.
I run Elite 75 prep showcases, so I'll see what I can find.
Yeah. I mean, do you know Brad?
No, he doesn't know him.
No, you don't know Brad yet.
Well, let's
How
go.
long has Brad been there? About a couple of years?
2 years.
This is his second year, I think.
Second season.
Is this his second year, Wes?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
But
anyway,
I'll talk to some people. I haven't been there, but I'm going to talk to some people out of Syracuse too.
Yeah,
I'll do some sneaking around and find out what he's looking for and let me know. I'll see what I can find.
Yeah.
He's looking for players. He doesn't give
anybody that can play. I
think
he
wants players.
Last couple of years, they've had 1 or 2 wins. That's like
Yeah,
crazy
beggars
playing.
can't be choosy.
Oh they need everything. They need the pancakes and the utensils.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check for some people out of Syracuse.
He's optimistic about this year, though, and not as every coach in the country is. I think they had a pretty good recruiting year, so maybe he's starting to build that foundation.
Yeah, I hope he is. If you Eric,
right.
were you in Aberdeen? You're saying?
No, I was there until my daughter played at Matawan and at St. Pat's.
Yeah,
and
okay.
we live in Charlotte now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where the organization is, and so I'm 608. I'm 608 miles away from Aberdeen right now. So
yeah,
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely important to point out. I mean, we met, the night before, the celebration, and he was at the restaurant talking. And one of the things that
it was
I like
at a
about
bar,
him,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at a bar. Normal Hartwick, Oneonta stuff.
Yeah, it's called a restaurant. They don't have restaurants.
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice.
We had a good
real,
chat.
Yeah. Your mother might still. Your mother might still see this. Yeah, Sal's still there. Sal's still there. Coach is still there.
Jerry, Joe. So Sal's is there, right? And now the guy that we knew that was we called him Sal. His actual name is Joe, and his brother actually owns the joint, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I had printed a picture of me, Carp, and Nick, and I gave it to them, and they supposed to be putting it up in the restaurant now.
Yeah, they had me and Dollar and Lie went there to get a slice after Nags, and the guy showed us the picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that's dope. As I was saying, the coach, if you talk to him, he'll tell you like Hartwick is his dream job. Like that's what he was saying the whole night. And I don't think he was playing. Like I don't think he was lying about it. Like he grew up playing basketball. He wasn't, like the best athlete, but he understands the game. And he talks about Hartwick like he really loves it. Like he's excited to be there. He's excited for the students. He's excited for, like the support that he's getting because he's so energetic and he's at it. Yeah. So, I told him I'm coming up, I'll be up there for at least a couple of games.
Yeah.
Check them out and just have conversations with the kids too, because even, whether they're good or not, I think that enthusiasm just to be on campus and be a part of that culture and be a part of, that team is important, whether they, whether they 1-20 or, 20-1. I think
you're right, because he
show up.
He impressed me, and nobody impresses me. So I mean,
Easy, Frank.
he did though.
Yeah, I
And
think
he
he's genuine.
really like,
I think he's genuine. You know, he's genuine. They
yeah,
didn't have to.
he was
They didn't
really
have to do
good.
everything. Yeah, they didn't have to do everything they did for us when we was up
No,
there.
they
You
didn't.
know,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he
that's
went.
true though.
Yeah,
I felt the same way about him, man. I think you know,
Yeah,
I
liked him.
anybody who wants to do something positive for the Hartwick community, man, to me is cool in my book, you know.
Yeah.
And I just think that I think if we get more involved, because I know that like when the old guys used to come up, when Steve Nash and Willie Ackley and Willie McBride, when they alumni things, that made a big difference in how I was like, wow, these guys care about us, you know, and so you try to pass it on. And I think we need to start to stay more connected. To make the guys feel more comfortable. Because you figure, you're talking about an 18-year-old that gets up there and the first time away from home. Now he needs to hear somebody telling him about the good experiences that we had at Hartwick, the good education we had at Hartwick, that type of thing.
Yeah, but those oddly enough, though, guys, that those conversations have to happen before the kid gets on campus, so that he's prepared to knowing that that's where he wants to be, and that's how the culture grabs the individuals and the process, and as people start seeing that, and then the culture changes, and then the administrative side of it has to, embark into participating into, getting the talent, the type of play that you want, the culture you're trying to develop, and the support is there, and so it takes a lot of the process to be in place. But the game has changed now. So how was the experience that you guys had and what you're talking about now versus what the experience that coach is having to deal with athletes of this day and age? The dynamic is different. It's a lot.
So Eric, if you guys don't mind, let me tell a quick story that all the guys, except for Shay and Damien, probably will likely remember. And I'll keep it short because you're going to be able to finish it once I start it. Marty, Lai, Hooter, and I are freshmen. I'm pretty sure, don't fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's the first practice of preseason, what would be our freshman year. And we're all at the hoops, sort of balls scattered around. Everybody's warming up a little bit. And then all of a sudden, I notice that it's getting a little bit loud in one corner of the gym, one of the side hoops. So I turn and I realize that none other than our captain, Frank Carmody, and Nick are playing one-on-one. Gary's laughing. I know Gary's knowing where I'm going with this. So, we're I know I can speak for Marty and Lai on this because we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
So we're watching, and everybody else is stopping to do the same because it's getting to be the classic Frank and Nick square off. And I know my eyes are going wide, and the language is getting sweet, and they are going at it. Frank, you have to remember this. To the point where when they're checking up, they are firing the ball at each other from about 3 feet away. And so I'm thinking to myself,
what the hell?
What's this all about? This is the head coach and the captain playing one-on-one on the side. And it set the tone for not just that day's practice, but I know for me, for what it was going to be like showing up every day, squaring off with whoever it happened to be, hopefully not the coach once I had seen that happen. and the postscript for me on this story is I keep looking over Jerry Fulmer's shoulder at that jump shot, and it gives me a little PTSD. I saw that jumper probably 25 times a day for 2 straight years.
Yeah.
And there was none better in the country. For sure.
I appreciate that, Bill. But y'all made the practices to me were the toughest practices I've ever been in.
Well,
those years, I'm telling you.
I can speak for myself, Jerry. That was true for me, for sure.
Well, me and Dollar and Lai, I mean, Dollar, you, me, and Lai, we were facing Les and Mac and Foam every day. I mean, it was like getting your face mashed in every single day.
Well, I had to guard Dana for 3 years, and then I had to guard Carr.
Yeah.
So you guys got nothing.
I was just going to say, I didn't see the blur that was Larry
That
Carr.
remembers that.
Yeah, I just got beat up by the Brooklyn Crush all the time.
A Dollar. I remember that. That's why I was laughing. I remember that.
Jerry, I mean, it was just one of those things that I in that moment, I didn't know what to think. I was like, what's going on here? I thought it was maybe a little bit for show. And then I realized, Frank will correct me if I'm wrong, but they were dead serious in that moment.
No.
Yeah. I saw it my freshman year with them too.
It hit him in the balls.
It's an annual event.
It hit him in the balls.
Frank
and he
Carmody.
bent over. And he goes, "Did you do it on purpose?" When I did. And he said, I said, "No, I didn't do it on purpose." But I was beating him like 11-2, and he started giving me that forearm.
Well,
into the stands and all that shit,
Frank?
You know, the jackhammer thing he had here, whatever that was.
Those are Popeye arms, I used to call them.
Yeah, right. That's right, chick. I mean, it was unbelievable. He was so obnoxious.
So, Frank, didn't he shove you into the bleachers at one point?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then the next time I threw the ball at him, I was winning like 11-2, but he had beat. What did he do? He told me he beat somebody.
I forgot all about that, Dollar. I remember that.
I remember that.
Don't
be a wussy, Frank.
And we were best friends. Gary. Gary and I came in together.
Don't be a wussy, man.
Yeah. I can tell you another story about Coach. I think it was Gannon when we were preparing. We were preparing for the tournament. But after the game, after our practice, Cheney State was coming in next. And I don't know if anybody remembers, but then Coach and I were playing horse, like you all said. And we were just talking back at each other, killing each other. Cheney State was coming on. John Cheney, who was good friends with him, Coach asked him, "Hey, look, you all right?" He said, "No, y'all play." Man, we kept going. I mean, we kept going and going. Finally, I hit a shot that beat them. And this is the truth. I was turning around, either going to the locker room or just say, hey, thank you, Coach Cheney, for doing. You know that basketball rack? He picked it up and tried to throw it at me. He tried to hit me with that basketball rack. That is Coach. He was so competitive. He hated to lose. And of course, I'm going to let him have it. In fact, it was Soup that had to come over and stop him.
Less Soup. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. That fucking Frank Comedy is the son of a bitch. So don't let you think he's a fucking angel. Okay?
He got what he deserved. I was trying to suggest.
Yo, Modi, motherfucking Modi. Okay.
Yeah.
I
wasn't there to make friends, Les. I have plenty. I got too many friends.
That was his saying too. He used to say that.
Do you remember this? Hold it.
Who made you better?
I set a pick, and he tries to run through me. So now he sets the pick. I ran that motherfucker over and dropped him to the floor.
It was good.
And Coach gets mad at me. I said, "You see
I
what
didn't
he
get
was
mad
doing
at
to
you.
me?" No, Coach did. Coach did.
Hey.
So I was like, "Yo, man, Coach threw me out the gym." And I'm like, "Yo, throw him out the gym, man. That motherfucker don't even play." That's what I said. I said, "Coach,
helped you out." I made you tougher, Les.
Huh?
I made you tougher.
Well, hey, you're right about that, though. You're right about that. I ain't gonna lie.
That's good.
Hey, no, but you had big bazingos, because I'm like, this guy's still gonna take this from me, this little guy. So it was cool, man.
We're tight. We've always been tight. You came to my house.
Modi, you remember when we used to play against the first team? I think me and Danny were on. Ferran was on the same team. Boy, Modi would used to have us try to kill him. Remember?
Yeah.
Chick, what are you doing? Get him! Get him! Get him!
Yeah, well, come on, Chick. Oh, that was when you were a freshman.
No, but
Right,
you know,
yeah.
you know what's funny though, Morty? You're the one that called him chick. Chicken
He
neck.
did. Yes, he was.
I can't stand that shit. He said, I'm not chicken neck.
That was him. That was Modi.
That was-
But do y'all remember Keith Carrington?
Yeah.
Yo, Dingo.
Dingo.
Dingo. Remember Dingo? And I still remember. I'm never going to forget. We were at a away game our freshman year. And he, of course, I was in his room at the time. Now, you know how big Mac is. I've seen Dingo pick him up and throw him across the other side of the room, go get him and throw him on the other side again. Dingo was no one to play around with.
Very strong.
Very strong.
Yeah, man. So, everybody good, man?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
Yes,
glad.
sir. I know what that. When is the you guys for Coach Cooper? When is his alumni game? Did he already have it, or is?
There's nothing on the schedule that I saw.
Well, I sent him an email about doing an alumni game, and he said that would be really tricky because they do a quick turnaround Friday, Saturday nights, and they might have to fit it in between like some other events, but maybe not. I mean, I'm not going to go out and play.
I'm not playing either, but
I mean, it's like maybe we just have a gathering. Just all show up for a game for a Saturday night.
Which one of you guys
I know
would
Gary
play if
Robinson,
they have
you
a
can
game?
still play, Gary.
Which one of you guys
You can
would
still
play?
play.
Would play.
I was coaching a high school game.
This is
coaching a high
only
school
for
game
show.
in New Jersey, and we went to Lincoln High in Jersey City, and Gary's grandson was
You
playing
guys
against
can
us.
play.
Yeah, but when I spoke to him, he wasn't even talking about having a game. He was talking about doing like a 3-point contest against the kids, like you know what I'm saying, like doing stuff where it was like competition against the kids. So you know what I'm saying, to get them involved, like even just the regular students, you know what I'm saying, like not even, but just to get people in the gym, get some excitement in there. So he has a really good a good perspective on it, right? Like he knows everybody's getting older, he just wants us to show up. I think more so than anything else, like even if we went up and just had a conversation with the team, like what we doing right now, I think that would be, that'd be great too, right? Take them all out to dinner, have a conversation,
Send home out there and shoot them 3-pointers. He'll win the 3-point contest by himself.
Man, I can't even. I get up under the basket and shoot some layups. That's it. But I think that's a good idea, Shane, that going up there like that, even if we don't play, just kind of going up there and showing up. I mean, I'll even, if I know in advance, I'll get up there, even out of North Carolina, I'll get there.
Yep.
He needs that support. I talked to him. I talked a couple of times, and he's been very kind in contact. And like you all said, you could tell he's really into it, man. He just needs that support.
For sure.
He's a Monticello boy, isn't he? I remember talking to him.
Yeah.
From Monticello, New York.
He played against my son in high school.
Okay.
Damn you, old cop.
I'm about the same age as some of my brothers.
And coaching matters too. I mean,
we should just share the schedule and try to figure out a date that we can probably all try to get up to see a game.
Yeah.
And even surprise them and say, come up there on a Saturday, whatever, a Saturday game. And
that would be dope if he saw everybody walk in the gym,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
He probably wouldn't be able to coach.
Freeze up.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
But it's not. But understand this, guys, is that y'all are concerned about the coaching. That's great, but who really need you guys, man? Believe it or not, it's them students, man. Them student athletes, man. Get their heads right, man. So when you do go up there, ask for time that you can all have a skull session with them. It's kind of like speed dating, and have them all in the same room and let y'all spew your knowledge on them, man, and get them to understand, what the culture is, and indoctrinate them into the Hartwick way, man.
and they took down all the regional banners.
I saw that.
What's up with that?
Yeah, what is that now, Marty? Right. Danny and I were
why
thinking
aren't those up there?
But
you know give
what I
them
saw?
some money, Marty, and they'll put it up.
Yeah, write a check. So like Neil Miller wrote a check and got his name on the court.
I know with my number, and my last name. What the fuck?
That's how it works.
You are brothers.
Hey, I know you guys are going to be.
That was
I know you
coming.
guys are going to be really upset here, but I gotta go.
Yeah, I go too.
So don't want to see any tears, okay? And by the
All
way,
right.
I don't
Hey,
cry,
man,
man. I'm not
it's
like
good
you
seeing you
guys.
guys, though.
Flyers over here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Damien
Margaret.
and Frank, man. It's
Okay,
a pleasure
Margaret.
meeting you.
Pleasure's all mine.
Hey,
No,
Margaret.
thanks,
See you,
really.
Frank.
Thanks a real lot for putting this
D
on.
Lane, let's chop it up,
Okay.
yo. Let's find out.
And
All right.
go to
All right, Gary.
and follow us.
My man,
Follow
Gary.
us on Brooklyn
right.
Basketball History page.
But we still can do Zoom for us. Each of us now, all of us can do something now. This is not the last part, man. We can remain keeping it. We got each other's phone numbers, or emails, and et cetera. But also, we can set up another Zoom meeting just to talk, man.
Yeah,
I like Shay's idea of going to a game. I think that's
Yeah.
I like that.
Definitely.
Yep.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, you guys. I really
All right,
appreciate it.
Thank you,
Take
Frank.
care of yourself.
Thanks a lot, man.
Basic.
All right, Gary, take it easy. All right. See you. All right.
All right,
Love
Bodie.
you, man.
Oh God.
All right, Margaret.
Margaret, right?
Margaret. Margaret.
But yeah, man. I think we should get the schedule out so everybody knows what the schedule looks like for the season, and try to get it there for a game. Now, you were talking about they took down the banners and stuff, but today the coach said there's something that now they put up a new thing with just the 1,000-point scorers on there.
Yeah.
You know, everybody who's in the 1,000-point club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it'd be great to still have those banners up, though.
No,
It would be, Jerry,
I don't know why.
I do wonder if, frankly, it was for many of them, most of them, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe they just thought, you know what, we can't keep celebrating 40-year-old success.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if I were
you
Coach
know
Coop,
what-
I might hold off on that a little bit. And
You know, Dollar, I'm not sure that's the proper perspective, because no matter what school you play for, lineage is lineage, and you have to build from somewhere. And I don't understand why having banners would be anything but nothing but inspiration to folks.
You know,
You
Larry, listen,
something.
you know, Carp, I'm trying to provide a rationale, not an excuse. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I think that these kids, because I have a daughter, she's 21, she's in college. Yo, they think different, man. Like they are on a different level. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to tap into understanding what the culture is on campus right now, because it looks totally different than when I was in school. Like I didn't even like, you know, to be honest with you, like right in front of Binder, right in front of the gym, they put up a building you can't even see across, you know, like all of upstate New York, which is what I used to love about it, you know, walking up there in the morning. So the campus looks different, the culture up there is different. I think, you know, we have an opportunity, or we should take this opportunity to tap in and figure out where these kids are, you know, today. A lot of it we don't understand. Yeah, definitely.
But part of the understanding, though, Shay, is that the visuals that are motivational, like Larry said, you know, you have to have that there to you know, to present. You know, it's kind of like you can't ask a blind person what does pink look like.
Right.
Because you can't. There's nothing to see.
Yeah,
you know, but if you have something up there to see, then it's that you aspire to that, and it's a recruiting process. It serves that purpose. It isn't, and the two purposes: recruiting and the egos of the alumni, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like I just looked at the all-time stats. A lot of us are still in the all-time top 10s, top 20s in the stats. So imagine if we walk in the door, you know what I'm saying, and be like, yo, you know, like when I was here, this is what I did. Right. And we have a conversation with them. That's different than them just looking at a banner and not really understand it.
Right.
Because we're not there to show up.
And it sounds like you guys are trying to revitalize what was once a great environment. So that's another selling point as well.
Right. But I think I mean, if you go to UCLA, you're still going to see Lou Alcindor's joints.
And John Wooden is written all over that place.
That's right.
I just think that
it's a combination of all of those things that you all are saying, the rationale and all, and it definitely will stir up conversation.
A healthy one. I agree with all of the sort of follow-on comments around preserving the history. I could not agree more, Carp, with your perspective, and maybe just a little bit of a revisiting of how important that was. Not only 40 and 30 and 20 years ago, but today. It's part of the foundation of the college and certainly the program itself. And
Now, Jerry O'Grady.
I'm about to sign off.
Still
I'm about to sign off. I got to take my grandson back to his mom and dad. So go, Carp. This is your last chance to chat with me. Go.
Listen, is your banner still up there?
No.
You guys went the furthest.
No, I didn't. I didn't. We didn't go to furthest. My senior year, we actually didn't even make the tournament. We were 16-1 or 17-1, and we were number 2 in the country. And then we went to Florida and we lost 2 games because we had just switched to Division III my junior year.
Right.
And we lost 2 games to Eckerd, which was Division II, and St. Leo's, which was Division II. And that hurt us. That in the normal world of college athletics, you shouldn't get hurt by losing to a team that's supposed to be better than you.
Right.
But it did.
Right.
For my senior year, we were 2 in the country after 18 games, whatever it was, and then we ended up not making a tournament.
Yeah, wow. I think it's that 87, 88, or 80, 89.
That's how I walked out. It sucked.
That was Tug? No, that wasn't Tug's team.
No, Tugger's team went. I graduated in '84. Tugger and JP, those guys went to the Final Four in '85.
Okay, that's the team.
Yeah. Now, after I left,
is that their stuff is still up?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing it at Nick's thing.
Yeah, I don't even.
Man, that place is not that big to have. They ran out of room for banners.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Well, I
on the wall
on the banner thing. I'm a big believer in like those guys over the last 10 or 12 years. I haven't even followed them as much. They haven't been good in a long time, and I think it's good to see that. You know what? A bunch of players came here 30 to 40 years ago that didn't know where the hell Oneonta was. And they turned it into a place of winning.
Yeah.
And if they don't see it, then all they can do is expect 1-22 and 5-19.
Yeah.
That's right.
They have to feel like, good players should be able to come here just because somebody's got to turn the tide.
Yeah.
So it stinks. It stinks.
When I came for my visit, I saw all those banners on the wall, and I didn't want to go to Hamilton because they didn't play in the NCAA tournament. The academic calendar didn't allow them to play in the tournament. And I'm like, all right, well, here's a place where, like I see like 10 years worth of banners there. I'm like, all right, we're going to do something here.
Exactly. That's how I ended up going there. And I went up there and I went to school in the Bronx like Damon. I went to St. Nicholas of Talentine, and we had a really, really, really good team ranked in the country. And I probably could have went to some smaller Division I schools, but Nick recruited me. He didn't. Joe Super recruited me. So I get up there, and my first 3-on-3 is with Timmy O'Brien, who I knew from playing against in high school, and Carp, my 2 guards that I'm going to be going up against if I decide to go to this school. And to tell you the truth, if Carp was a sophomore, I wouldn't have went to Hartwick because Carp and Timmy were both sophomores. And I'm like, I'm going to pick a school where I'm going to be able to go and play as soon as possible. And playing 1-on-1 against those guys in 3-on-3, I'm like, all right, these guys can play. I don't know. I might be able to be better than them and start. I might not, but I'm going to put myself in a better predicament. So because Carp was actually a senior, I'm like, all right, I'm cool. I can go down. I can sit for 1 year and hang out and do my thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But I got to split, boys. And Nick, I'm gonna end it on, for me anyway. Nick would have been so proud that 50 years of players have stayed together, and he is the one guy that was able to keep everybody together, black, white, everything. Upstate New York, downstate New York, the boroughs. He kept everybody together, and that little Greek dude in the middle of nowhere, Oneonta, was able to be a friend to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
He was a dad to some, and he was a friend when
Bless.
we all graduated. He was a friend to
Yep.
most of us, and he
Yep.
never let it go. And to
Yep.
you young guys, Shay and Damon, you said you hear all the stories. That's all him. All he did was tell stories, and he repeated the same stories over and over again. And you knew it was coming, and you knew the punchline, but it was great hearing him say it.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
was awesome.
Yep.
So anyway, fellas, I got to split. Thank you very much, Eric and Les, for setting it up.
All
You
right,
guys
brother.
have an awesome Thanksgiving and a fantastic Christmas. All right.
All
Same
right,
to you.
Same
Good
to you.
seeing you,
Thanks,
Gerald.
guys.
Have a
Care,
faith
Glad to
Thanksgiving,
have
you and
you.
your family.
all right,
Take care,
Jerry.
boys. Be
Take
good.
care.
Take care.
Great.
You know, going back to it, you know, some of it could be visibility too. You know, I mean, not that it's the cure all, but when they see us and know that we're there, you know, I'm not to say that's an excuse, but the banner. Sometimes it's visibility of seeing us up there, knowing that we're there. I mean, that's the other thing that needs to be that we can look at.
Mm-hmm.
Visibility.
So is there a difference between a hawk and a warrior?
Well, some of these cats were both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So Jerry O'Grady was a warrior and a hawk, right?
Yeah.
But you and Marty, you and
We were
Dollar, you
We're
guys
warriors. We're warriors. We were not hawks.
Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, they're warriors.
say you were a hawk.
I was a hawk. Yep.
Dave was a hawk too. Yeah, man. We won't hold it against you though.
Nah, we love you anyway.
You know,
That's right. You're still a Hartwick ball player. You're still a Hartwick. So
and nothing wrong with being a hawk though. A hawk is a good thing. I mean, I think about the Atlanta hawk. It's a good thing, you know. Ain't no shame to that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, look, I remember Nick getting pissed at me because I was asking for clothes, for stuff, merchandise with Warrior on it. He was like, "Well, we don't have that anymore." And he was snapping at me. I was like, "Nick, calm down. I understand."
Hey, if anybody wants a Warrior polo shirt, I can order you and get it for you because I have the ones that says Hartwick, it says Warriors Forever with a basketball on it, and it's a polo shirt. I haven't ordered something in a while. I can order some more. So if you guys send me your sizes, I'll order some, man.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
What size did you get, Les? A 3X?
Yeah.
I'll take one. I'll give whatever it is.
I wear mine proudly.
Well, Les, where are they? Blue? Our colors blue?
No, man.
Yeah.
They were just black and orange.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jerry, you got one.
Jerry should have one.
Jerry, come on.
Excuse my caring. Excuse my age for not remembering.
Okay. They were
black. Senior moment.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a picture of it and I'll send it to everybody.
No, Les, you don't have to. I do have it. I do remember. In fact, I have it in my closet.
Yeah. I'll send a picture out to everybody so you can see what it is.
All right.
Yeah, I could use the new one.
But it says Warriors Forever. That's the deal.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, Nick used to say all the time. He said, Les, I get so much trouble when I walk around town with it because Hawks. But it's like Warriors Forever. This is what we were, man. Come on, man. Yeah. So anybody else got anything they need to get off their chest?
Yeah, well,
you know what?
I want to say something, Les.
Okay.
I remember listening to the podcast that you did when Nick was on there, and you and Carp and Foam, and you were talking about your senior year when you got hurt, and we just didn't have a good year that year. I mean, I think we started out like 4-1, and we went to a tournament in Connecticut somewhere and lost like 3 games in a row. We lost to like Oneonta State. I mean, it was like awful.
Yes.
And my perspective, everybody put too much on you and Carp that year. I mean, seriously, the Lion and I stepped into the starting lineup our junior year, and Lion and I are decent, legit Division II players, but we were not Mac and Foam. I mean, that's just a fact. We just, there was a lot lost when those two guys left the program.
Yeah.
And we, you did your thing. You got yours.
He got
and,
hurt. Remember he was getting
hurt.
shot up at Sacred Heart. Wasn't that Sacred Heart we were at?
Yeah, I think it was Sacred Heart. Yeah, and it's just like there was such a void left. And then on top of that, I mean, nothing against Paul Drake. He was a great guy, good coach. But when Soup left,
we lost
there
a lot.
was something changed because
Yeah.
had a way with Nick and he had a way with the players.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember, I forget what year it was, but we only had 11 guys. So Paul Drake had to suit up and practice playing 4-on-4.
Mm-hmm.
And that just kind of, him having to do that, it was a different dynamic. There was a shift there. And I mean, I think too many people put too much on you and Carp, Carp, you and Les. And I mean, it never sat well with me. Because, Lai and I were doing our thing as best we could, but, we just weren't Fulham and Mac. That's just the fact. Yeah.
Wow.
But that happens, you know what, Marty? On every team, no matter how good you are, that happens when people leave and other people get in the game. And we don't have the luxury of having 5 or 6 years to go into that role. It's not like the NBA or anywhere else.
Yeah.
College is a short time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but I hear what you're saying. But I do want to say this. There is a great appreciation for all y'all at this point in time in my life. Because no matter what year you were there, or how many points you scored, the appreciation now, I think, is I have a greater respect and appreciation at this moment than I was able to express at the time. Yeah. We were too busy playing the game and doing what we were doing. But to see Marty, to see Billy, and to see Big Lie, I remember those practices. I remember you guys. Practices were harder than the games, and those were the places where we all earned our bones.
Yeah.
Playing against Killer and Dana. Frank Carmody was a tenacious beast on defense, beat the hell out of you. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate all of that. That is what made us who we were in those tournament years.
Without a doubt, without a doubt, Carp. That's what I meant when I first started. When I said, sometimes we take it for granted.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look at those years and those practices, like I'm serious when I say those are the toughest practices. To me, my practices were tougher than the games.
Yeah.
Seriously. And it prepared me, you guys playing against you guys, and it prepared me for the game better. Seriously. And then when Gary said now, and I said, I appreciate even more seeing you guys and then talking to you guys, man. It's you don't know how much that really means to me. I'm serious.
It means a lot.
Listen, truth be told, let me tell you guys something. I don't think you played hard enough in practice. I really don't, and I say that because of the type program I came from in high school.
Oh, you came from St. Anthony's.
See, I was pissed off. I was pissed off a lot of times because, when I play against some of the guys they're hard, it seemed like they got upset. Come on, it's only practice. No, it wasn't only practice for me. I was taught to play hard all the time.
All the time.
And that's why I would be fighting Les and Big Don under the boards. Come on, man. I'm only like 6'4", really. And, to fight you guys under the boards day in, day out. And when practice was over, I'd be like, damn, why am I not tired? Every practice that I had in high school, I was dead ass tired. Because, Coach Hurley, he put us through it. We didn't come out of that gym. If I'd go home every night, so tired, man, I couldn't even study sometime.
I know there was some epic moments with you in High C, my brother. Les and Greg Hall.
Come on now. Well, stop this shit.
Les and Greg Hall.
Listen.
Les and Greg Hall. Greg Hall gave Les some lessons as a young boy. when we got there, I was like, yo, there's some stuff going on them boards.
Yeah.
I would run out from underneath the basket. They would
I remember the first I remember that first practice I had, man. Greg Hall, this son of a bitch hit me with a forearm across my face, man. And for the next 5 times up the court, I didn't know where the fuck I was. I was like, okay, welcome to Division II basketball, motherfucker. You think you
just want
Brooklyn? Shit.
I just want to let you know, Greg remembered that and he loved it.
Yeah, I know. And then I took his number, and then I made that number mean something. Yeah.
He talk about that. He remember that. He was like, man, I wasn't playing with him.
Man, that brother, I would love to have seen him in his prime, man, because he was tough that 1 year, that half a year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He was tough, man. He was tough.
I mean, that freshman team was my was an indoctrination that I won't forget.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was a hell of a crew.
If Greg would have stayed, Les, you would have moved the power forward.
Earlier.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If Greg would have stayed, you would have been at power forward. You know what, 6'7", 6'8", Greg in the middle. Come on now.
He was a beast now. He was a beast.
But I mean, and you know, Carp and you know who? Ralph or who else? Who else was a guard? We had a shitload.
I think you had Honey. Honey was there.
Carlo.
Yeah.
I mean, that front lineup would have been a beast.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I remember Dave Nearpat.
I would have been out of position, but what the hell?
And G-Rob, Dave Nearpass was in there too.
Right.
That was
I still remember that. Physical game.
Right.
Woo, physical.
But you know, the real deal is that, okay, so I came up as a freshman. I started at center at my freshman year because me and Big Nat we was getting the same amount of time. But I started at center, man, and that really wasn't where I was supposed to have been. You know, when Mac would come in the game and he would slide me into the other position, the power forward, that was more of what I was supposed to do, man. And I think if Greg would have been there, stayed, I might have started out in the power forward position. You know,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Last note, gentlemen. Dana Garris started chemo today. He's got like 16 sessions for the upcoming months, and so if you want to give him a shout, because I texted with him today just before we got on, because I wanted to see if he was able to get on this, and I told him to look at his phone because Jerry was going to send him something. So I don't know what happened, but you know,
I did, Carp.
Yeah, so he's not in a great place, but he said he's doing all right and he's going to fight the fight. So, word to the wise, that's all.
All right, man. Yo, send me his number, man. I'm going to hit him up because I saw him at Nick's thing, man. And
he came in late,
Yeah. And you know what? I stood next to it, right? And I grabbed his hand and held it down. And he looked at me. He said, "You remember that shit?" I said, "Yeah, you told me how this motherfucker not get a rebound by holding their hand up, and that's why I was the all-time leading rebounder for a long time."
But let me tell you, he was surprisingly strong too.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
surprisingly strong.
They ain't call him Magic for nothing, man.
I remember playing pickup with Dana, and you get a rebound and you're going up for a dunk, and he just gives you that little, just that little bit on the hip, and that's it. You know,
he was a slick cat.
Yeah, man.
Hey, just out of curiosity, so I'll get an understanding. Jerry, how tall are you?
I'm about 6'4".
Marty,
6'5".
All right, Carp, I ain't asking you. D-Bill.
I played 6'3", though.
6'3"?
Yeah.
Gary, 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'4", 6'5".
Shay?
5'11". Killing him.
And Lionel?
6'6", 6'7", I guess.
Shay.
Okay. No, I just didn't know. I didn't know. I just wanted to just ask.
No, it's all right.
So you guys remember having to dodge Larry Hadley's elbows.
Oh shit!
Oh
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Dude was
Hey, Marty, don't
lethal.
say that to Les, because every time they would fight,
Yeah.
if Weebs, God rest his soul too, by the way.
Yes.
If anybody, if he looked at Les would start a fight. But you know what, Weaves is something, because everywhere we played, especially when we came to Syracuse, my God, the guys that were in the stand, everybody that came to the game said, "Oh man, we can't wait to see him play. Man, he's getting up all the rim in the world." And then when the game starts, they don't see him.
Yeah.
Weaves really had a good game.
Yeah.
I thought he did, posting up and all, but Les took his heart away from him. That's what I have to say.
You know what?
Poor guy.
You know what? I remember to going to his parents' house. Remember the steak dinner his parents cooked for us?
Yes.
I'll never forget that meat. That steak was the best I've ever had. One of the
best steak. Yes.
Yeah, just killed the cow at the back. Yeah.
Doesn't get any fresher than that.
In Sherburne, right?
Yep,
Sherburne, Orville.
I thought about him a lot.
Lives in Sherburne.
When I drove through Sherburne in the last few years.
Yeah, man. But yo, man, Weebs, man, that motherfucker, man. I had 5 fights in my whole life. It was all with him. I didn't fight nobody, man. I didn't have to fight nobody. But I was just going to kick his ass, man.
I did not like that. I tried to stop it a number of times if I was around. I did not like that.
Here's the thing. Les would just jump on him for no reason. I'm like, Les, what's wrong? Just jump on him. I'm like,
line up train. That's the problem right there.
Yeah,
I was driving one day. I'm driving. Les is in the front. Weaves in the back. Weaves was saying, "Hey, can I?" He's always asking you something. "Hey, can I help you with?" All of a sudden, I'm driving. Les turns around and jumps in the back and starts fighting him. I never understood it.
Yo, do you remember my freshman year? We were 9-0. We played Philadelphia Textile, right? And we lost. And I played like shit, right? So we had the 2 vans. So we're coming back home, and somebody hits me in the back of the head with a glove, right? I turn around, and this motherfucker's smiling. I go back there, start grabbing this motherfucker, and Nick pulls the van over and everything, and he says, "You get out." I said, "No, get that motherfucker out, man. I'm not getting out." So we pull into the place to get something to eat, and Nick's telling me, "Get in Super's truck." I said, "No, let that motherfucker go over there. I don't care about that shit. He don't even fucking play." Again, I said that like Modi, right? And then turn around and Big Mac threw this shit at me.
All the time.
Big Mac didn't want to say it because the shit had already happened. He's like, "Damn, he didn't even." But when I turned around, he's looking at me like this with that little mouth. He's laughing. So I went busting his ass, man. But Big Mac could not say it at that time, man. But it was Mac who threw it at me, man.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I'm learning some things about you, man.
I can tell you, I can tell you more, because that shit, he always did that to Paul Reed.
Yo,
fighting people, man. He was never like that, man. Come on,
man. He wanted to make sure Brooklyn was being represented. It was a Brooklyn thing. He told
it was.
It wasn't a Brooklyn thing. Him and Weeble just didn't get along. They just, I don't know what it was, man. It was all in water with them two.
Man, oh man.
And Weaves didn't do. And Train Weaves never did anything.
He did.
No,
he never did nothing.
Thank you, Lie. But let me tell you something else. Okay, so one time now, I'm in Don's car, right? So something happened, and he's in the back seat, and he did something, and next thing you know, I got my hand around his neck, right? And I'm like, and Don's like, what are you doing? He said, "Yo, man, get the fuck out the car. I'm gonna bust your ass." I said, "Get out the car." So he gets out the car, and I throw him on top of the other car, and Don got mad at me, right? So go forward another year later.
I was there during the summer.
They're living together in the summertime. And Don said he got up in the middle of the night and went and bust Weave's ass and threw him to the wall and went back to sleep. He said, "I know exactly what you're talking about. This motherfucker can get under your nerves, man." Yo, man, let me tell you something. You can't have somebody say to you, he said to me, "Les, man, you hungry?" I said, "Nah, Weaves, I'm not hungry." Yo, man, you sure you're not hungry, man? I'll cook something. I said, no, I'm not hungry. Yo, man, I got some chicken here. I'm not hungry, Weebs. I'm not hungry, motherfucker. I said, yo, stop, man. And so next thing you know, I'm pounding
on Shay. See, that's what I used to have to go through, Shay, and everybody to try to help Weaves. Weaves didn't do nothing. He was trying to help out all the time.
Man, fuck you, man.
All the time. That's all he was doing, was trying to help.
Yeah, well, me and Lai, our first night on campus, Weeb took us to your house, Foam. Remember that?
That's right.
Me and Lai and Weeb showed up at your apartment somewhere, I don't know, somewhere in town.
Yep.
And
Spruce
then we went down to
Spruce. It was on Spruce.
Pizza. Yeah.
Yeah. But Weebs, man, and let me tell you something. Every time when my daughter starts getting under my skin, I call her Weebs. I say, okay, Weebs, don't start no shit. Because she's like, Daddy, you not hungry? You don't want to go into me? And I said, okay, Weebs.
basically, that guy got under your skin, man, forever.
Yeah. Well, you know, man, you my dude, man, motherfucker. Yo, this is my bestest right here. This guy right here, man.
I know he's gonna tell y'all.
Yo, okay, so now we're in the 5th grade, right? We're in the 5th grade. So we're getting ready to go to lunch. So we leave the school. This SOB goes and this fat guy, he goes and starts to beat him up. And puts his hand through the door, right? So the guy runs down the block, and they run behind him. Now I got his lunch in my hand. They got this guy in a hallway, and they're beating him up. So I said, let me go give him his lunch. So I go there to give him his lunch, and when I get there, the guy starts saying, "Help, police! Help, police!" So now we all run away, right? So now we're walking up to the pizza shop. We get up to the next avenue, and this cop is coming there, but I didn't notice anything. Everybody starts running. The cop grabs me. He got me in the head, up in the air, right? I got my 250%. I hit him over the head. Takes me back to school, man. And on the way back to school, I see a lady from my church. And she says, "What's the matter? I know this guy." She said, "Well, either I take him home or take him back to school." I said, "Take me back to school. If I go back home."
Meanwhile, we're in the 5th grade and we're both like 6 feet tall, right?
And yo, this guy got me in so much trouble, man. You son of a bitch. Okay. And you know that they said I probably could never get a job until I'm 21, like a civil service job, because of what happened to me. And do you know on my 21st birthday, man, I was like,
yeah, he's not telling the whole story, guys. You know what they say, snitches get stitches, right?
I forgot about that.
Let's goes back to the school, the principal's office, and they go on the loudspeaker. Damon Lavelle, Eric Short, please come to the office. Let's snitch on us all. He gave up the whole crew.
I didn't do shit. You guys hit the guy. I didn't touch that guy, man.
Yo, man, you got pinched, man. You supposed to chill.
No, man.
You gotta take a rap.
Hey, come on, man. You ain't see Goodfellas, man.
Yeah,
come
didn't
on,
you see Goodfellas? Yeah.
I was 10 years old, man. I didn't know no better.
No, you a snitch, man.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
So what? So now you want to
Dang.
Oh my goodness, man. Unbelievable, man.
Imagine if Killer was around.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Can you guys do me a favor, man? Or I mean, if you want, man. But and I know Shay. I don't know if you knew him, Shay. But tell me, because I knew the guy real well too. I think I knew Don before Les did. Talk about Don McAllister.
Well, I'll start, Eric. I'm gonna tell you. If you look at it, first of all, he's such a caring person, but he'll put somebody else in front of himself. When you look at Big Mac and how he was, because I know how it was when him and I were freshmen together. We had High C, we had Killer, Pearl and Sumter, myself, and Big Mac. But it was Big Mac and I who probably were together more. We did a lot of things. Believe me when I tell you, we did a lot of things together. About that light so hard, Big Mac. But he'll give you the shirt off of his back.
Yeah.
There were some challenges and issues we've had later, but it can't compare to the type of giving person that Big Mac was.
Right.
Very giving. Give your shirt off his back.
What you got, Marty?
He was just the anchor. I mean, for my freshman, sophomore year, he was the anchor for the entire team.
Yep.
Yeah, and like Fulham said, you needed something, you went to Mac. He just anything you wanted, anything you needed, and he I think he still holds a record for most consecutive shots made in NCAA history. But steady on the court, steady in the locker room. Yeah, that was when him and Foam were gone and Soup, it just like I said before, something just shifted. There was a change, and I think we all felt it. And when I heard he was gone, it was that was tough.
Yeah. Lionel, you played with him too, right?
Yeah, I played with him. I rode with him. Used to ride in the back of seat. Him and Les up front, and Carmen. His car, Carmen.
Yeah,
Never forget Carmen.
Many
snow. I can remember. Didn't know we were going to make it from Roscoe to Oneonta.
Yeah.
He never had snow tires on that car.
No. We used to meet up with. We met up with Danny Ferran and Modi, and then we all went in together from there. I can remember a few times together. So yeah, he was a good dude. He was a really, really good-hearted guy, and he could have ran for mayor if he wanted to of Oneonta.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, that's what we call Don, the mayor. When I first got there, Nick assigned Don to me to show you around. Don knew everybody. Everybody loved Don. Don would take you to the dorms, introduce you to folks, and everybody loved Don equally. I mean, he was just that type of cat. Always did the right thing, played ball hard, and there's just no bad words you can say about the cat. I couldn't anyway.
Yeah.
Eric, when you were on the last call, when I watched the last thing you said, you're right. He had the smallest ankles for a guy his size.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And then Gary, you played with him too, right? And B. Bill, didn't both of y'all play with him?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Don, he had talking about his car, Carmen. I remember one time I came out the dorm and he was taking the seats out of his car. And I was like, Don, what are you doing? He said, well, I need new, I need new carpeting in my car. And, instead of buying a piece that would fit into the car, he went to the hardware store and bought some indoor-outdoor carpeting.
Oh, no. The green stuff?
Yeah. Indoor-outdoor carpeting, man. It was, and me and Don, I was like, well, Don, I didn't even know better myself, but we sat out there with our blades, man. We cut the carpet out, put it all up under the pedals, up under the, the shield of the door and everything, man. Yeah, we recarpeted this car with indoor-outdoor carpeting.
Wow.
So I certainly remember him very fondly. I won't get the adage exactly right, you guys, but Mac, I think, embodied the idea that he never met a stranger. He met Mac. There was a genuineness about him that you just don't find in many people. And somebody said, I think Carp said, or one of you said, he could have been and almost seemed like the mayor. And it's true. Everybody on campus knew him, and you'd go into downtown and people would want to stop and chat with him. Everyone wanted to be Mac's friend, and he made it easy. He was a special human being, no doubt.
And Shay, did you know Don?
No, I didn't know him at all. No.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, because I think that probably all the things that everybody has said, it's really odd that Shay probably would have benefited from being around him, because Shay, and I'm only saying that and not really knowing you, but like you said, you were a guard, right? So Don had I played with Don like way back, and he got along with all the guards. Am I right, Les? Man, it was like
absolutely,
and it's
and he was
weird.
very protective
Yeah,
with the guards. Yeah,
yeah, and it's like I was every team that we played on, right, Les, I was like the captain, but Don was like in charge.
yeah.
No, because of the respect factor and his
Yeah.
level of maturity, how he conducts himself on the court, man. And so I first time I ever played against him, man, we fought. I'm serious, man. It was like in the G building, a crazy house where they have courts there, and we were playing. I didn't know who he was, you know who I was, and I just felt that eventually we ended up playing together in a high school tournament with Les, and um, he's not just the mayor, man. He was like the superintendent.
Yeah, man.
And then you got the superintendent, and then this crazy Les Miller guy. You're not going to back down to anybody, and plus they're statesmen, how they conduct themselves, man. So I'm glad that you all shared your experiences about Don, because like he was special to me as well. So it's really nice to hear what his college experience was like with you guys. That was
But
kind of important.
to say one other thing though, right? So, Eric, you remember we was playing up in the Rucker, right? And we had this coach, George Murden, who played for the Restoration Flyers, and we the first team from Brooklyn to win the Rucker 2 years in a row. And the first half of one game, I think it was Otis was coaching us, and Coach Murden was out in the outside of the fence, and he came in at halftime. And what was the name of that shaving thing?
Menem.
Huh?
Menem. I don't
So
know if you guys remember Menem, the green bottle.
Yeah,
Menem.
man.
Yeah. So now you know how big Don was, right? So he got in Don's face and he said, "Son, I'm gonna wake you up," and he slapped Don in the face, bat, 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 and whatever that commercial was.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Shit, if he can hit Don."
I'll tell you the commercial. Smacked him in the face. I was sitting right there. And he was like, "Son, I've got Menem on my hands. And you'll surely say to me, 'Thanks, coach. I needed that. Now get out there and play my game.'"
Yeah.
And to this day, everybody that was there on that team, remember that. But Don took the smack, and and we all learned that. But nevertheless, he took the smack and went out there and performed. And I mean, when you got a guy like that you're playing with, that he stands firm with you as a teammate, and then you know him off the court as well. And Don was like a special person, man. He really was, and a gentle giant. And for me, I have never in my life ever seen anybody lift up a refrigerator and carry it until I met Don, because he carried my refrigerator down the street. I'm serious. So I'm gonna be nice to that guy.
I remember that. So, man, let's get ready to wrap it up. But we're gonna do one thing with we're gonna do a roundtable with your last things about our coach, Nick Lambros.
Oh man.
So we start with let's start with the young fella. We're gonna start with Shay.
Yeah. Nah, I'll go. The one thing, Nick was always, I know he's crazy. So we had a practice, and I think we might have even lost, right? Like we lost the game before, and so we practicing, and he hated like what we was doing. So he's screaming. He's sitting at the top of the key, and he's like, "Give me the fucking ball! Give me the ball! I'll run the offense!" Right? So he takes the ball, and he's at that point he's waddling around, right? So he's running the play, and we playing defense. Everybody walking through whatever, and he's like, "Give me the ball, pass it here, give me the ball." So he scores a layup. Now he can't run, but like he's waddling to the basket, and he scores a layup, and he turns around, he pulls down his pants. Tugger knows if he sees it. And he goes, "I got two fucking hips, two new hips, and I can score on you bastards." And I tell you, and we just felt like everybody fell out laughing. Like he was so mad at us. He was so mad, but that was just him. Like he was. just nuts, man. That guy gotta love him to death. But he turned around, he pulled down his pants. Two new fucking hips. Two new fucking hips, and I can score on you pussies. Like, oh my God, this guy is crazy. Crazy. But that's my man. But like I said, I was up there for 20 years. So he took care of my daughter. He loved it. You know, like he just treated me like family.
Nice.
Yeah. Good story.
Yeah.
All right, who's up next? G-Rob.
Oh man. Well, Nick was more than a coach. He was I wasn't accustomed to having a coach who also was a friend. And that was all new to me. Because I actually came in on the Chip.
Right.
But I appreciated Nick for being the authentic person that he was. You know what I mean? He had his energy was off the chain for me. And, I could appreciate him as a person as well as a coach, because in the end, he also became a friend. That's just about it, guys.
Okay. All right. I like that. Lionel?
I can remember, and I never forget, taking my son to school, and I said to my son, we're going up 17, and we get to Roscoe. I pull into the gas station in Roscoe. We all know it. And I called Nick. I said, Nick, what you doing? He said, why? What you doing? I said, I'm in Roscoe. I'm heading to Mooresville. You better bring your butt by here on your way to Mooresville. Come by and see me. And so me and my son went and we sat at Sal's, and we had pizza with him. And he said something to my son. He said to my son, if you ever need anything, you get in trouble, anything happen upstate, anywhere up here, you call me.
Wow.
And my son, I remember back in the car, we're going up. He said, Dad, is he serious? I said, yeah, he's serious. I said, that's just the person he is. He knows people from here to Surrey, all over the state of New York, upstate New York. So if you need something happens, I can't get there, he'll get there.
Yeah.
So then that's just the person he was. My son still remembers that from that trip.
Wow. Nice. That's nice. All right, Dollar Bill.
Oh, Les. Earlier on, we remembered the guys we played with who are no longer with us. And one of them obviously was Timmy. And we all have our memories of playing and each other, and yet Eric used the word that I think is exactly right about Nick. He was one of the most authentic people I knew, and he talked about being treated like family by him. And my relationship with Nick was a little up and down when I was there, because I just was. But what I came to understand, especially after I had left, and particularly after Timmy passed, was how genuine his love for his players and his family and the people around him who he cared for. And this all starts to sound cliche, and I won't carry on about it, but I was never closer to Nick than I was these last probably 10 years or so. The last time, one of the last times I saw him was when Mr. O'Brien passed, when Bernie O'Brien passed.
Yeah, right.
And we were both at Mass, and we had a chance to spend a little time together again. And it was just the latest reminder to me of the length he would go to be there for us, for every one of us. I don't know how he did it. He seemed superhuman sometimes. And that was one of the ways I saw it in him, that he made sure we all knew how much he cared about us.
Okay. Yeah. So who's up next? Marty?
Yeah, well, I got a kind of a story along the same vein, but it's a little more of a crazy Nick story. We were traveling, it was our senior year, Dollar and Lie, and I forget where we were, Long Island somewhere. And we all just decided, let's go wander around town for, a couple hours on a night before a game. So we're coming back to the hotel, and across the street from the hotel, there's a gas station. And there's Nick leaning on one of the pumps, like watching us all walk by. Just, you can see he's fuming. He's like, what these fucking guys? What are they? I mean, and, he always wanted you to be your best and to prepare properly. So here we are walking out after been out drinking, and Jerry O'Grady says something stupid like, "Hey, you forgot your car?" And Nick was like, "All right, everybody in my room right now." So we're having this meeting, and I don't remember what exactly the conversation was, but BWAP said something really stupid. And Nick literally ran over to him and grabbed him by the throat.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa, and it was, it was like Dollar said, it's from a place of wanting everybody to be their best and, don't screw up.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, everybody, we didn't know what to do. And, finally, Nick kind of composed himself and backed away, and BWAP was all like, "Oh, I was just rudely attacked." And, but yeah, it was, he just always wanted you to be your best and to do your best. And when he saw it not happening, sometimes it just enraged him.
Yeah.
It was just, but yeah, that was quite a night. I remember another story pre-game once, must have been our senior year, Dollar. And the man couldn't spell to save his life. Remember the chalkboard with the scouting report? And half of the words are spelled wrong and the syntax is all. So Dollar's up there giving us a mock scouting report, like making fun of all the shit that Nick had written on the board. And Nick walks in. And here's the team captain standing up there. That was
not my greatest
moment. Nick just kind of laughed it off, but
That's cool. That's cool. So who
All
we
right,
got
Larry?
now? The copy.
Well, everything's been said. Nick had this great passion for life. He was just all about it. He wanted to play the game. He wanted to coach the game. He wanted everybody to have the same type of enthusiasm that he had, and it was contagious. We all played hard. We wanted to win, and he was just that guy. And he is now the centerpiece that holds us all together, or that inspires us to be together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just who Nick was. And he wanted me to box. He sent my name to the Dallas Cowboys.
Right, that's right.
That's right.
I got letters from them. And Nick was just about doing whatever he could for anybody that he could, anybody that would accept his help. And he was just this guy. And I think that's why we all loved him, because he had our best interests at heart. And as a pissed off as Les would make him, I think he loved Les the most because he was a pain in the ass. and you could kick him off the team, it don't matter. But he knew he needed Les, but he needed Les to be a role model for the younger players and to be the star that he could be. And he no matter what the situation was, Nick Lambros stepped up to the plate and was there for all of us in whatever way he could be. But the passion was what it was all about. He loved basketball, and he loved coaching, and he loved his players.
Yeah. Well said, Carp.
All right, Jerry.
Wow, I told you about getting emotional. Coach and I had this one of those good relationships, and at times, he would challenge me a little bit more too, to be the best that I can be. But as y'all remember, there's two things. Number one, I had my daughter early, Laquana, and just by the way, my Hartwick brothers, my daughter turned 50 years old. I got a daughter that's 50.
Oh no,
50 years old. So y'all remember, I had my daughter at that time, and then the games. Remember, I never ate much during. I couldn't eat. I was always. I think y'all knew I was nervous. I never could eat before a game.
Plus, you was skinny. Plus, you was skinny as fuck.
That's all right, umbrella. But and so I wouldn't eat before the games. But so all that time when we would go back to Oneana, he would keep the kitchen open. His brother George and one of the sisters would keep the kitchen open.
Diana.
Those are the times that Coach and I had a number of discussions about. We talked about the game and everything, but it was more about life. And he always asked about my children at the time, Rhonda. We had those, and up until like almost early in the morning, because remember when we used to get back from the games, it would be early. But he would make sure George would have food there at Diana's for me, and one of his sisters would be leaving, but George, his brother George, and me, we would have those discussions. That told me a lot about how he cared about people and his passion for things, because he really, really cared about all of us, but especially when he talked to me about how I was doing, what was going on, what do you need, how could I help you? But his passion and him caring, I remember a lot of things, but those are the things I remember most from the coach.
Yeah. All right, be prepared for this one. Come on, Big Head.
Oh, it's my turn. Well, Coach, man, we had a lot of ups and downs and stuff, but he made me end up being a better player, a better person after I left Hartwick, and my father passed away, and the wake was like on a weekday in Brooklyn. Worst day for rain. Who comes through the door but Nick Lambros to pay his respects? Because the respect he had for me, my family, my father, he knew that my father entrusted him with his son for 4 years. And he drove all the way down from Oneana. And I was so happy to see him. And I'm hugging him and everything. So I said, hey, man, you going to come back? We're going to go get something to eat and, we got some food and stuff. He said, no. He said, I'm going back. I said, you going back? I'm going back to Oneana. He drove 4 hours to pay his respects for my father and for my family. And it was a crazy rainy day. And I was like, God, I hope he's going to be all right. And that's just the kind of man he was, man. I could not believe that he did. I mean, back then it wasn't like now where you can like look online, whatever. But he drove 4 hours, man, and turned around and went back. It was like a recruiting trip for him, because he's like, no, man, I'm used to being on the roads. And I'll never forget that. And that was one of those things that that's just one of those times, man, that he showed his true love for me and my family, man. And I'll never, ever, ever forget that. Yeah.
That's real.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Unbelievable, huh? Let me tell you, the ones who are left, we got 3, 6, you 8 guys, man. I'm sitting here listening to this, and it's kind of like I live for stuff like this, but nevertheless, it's kind of like it just what I experienced today and listened to all of you gentlemen speak is exactly the reason why I do what I do. And I kid you not, Les will tell you, man, I'm like a fanatic, savant, historian, out of control, love basketball as much as I love my wife. And I'll bring her in and she'll tell you I'm out of control. But this is the reason why. It had nothing to do with the game. It had nothing to do with basketball. It had something to do with the fellowship of men who shared in competition. And you take it wherever it goes. And everybody's story took it where you wanted it to go. And there's value in that. And so I take I don't have it on, but I take my hat off to you guys because you support the exact reason of my existence in this space of basketball is because of this love that you guys are showing. It's more than making baskets. Ain't got, as a matter of fact, I don't have shit to do with making baskets. It's other stuff, man. And I am a better person today, right now, listening to this because it ignited something in me to even be more aware of. That is a special group of guys. There's thousands of groups like this of men who are alumni of the experience that we all do in the game that I know all of y'all love. And it's just really nice to know you guys, get to know you, and to hear and share in these experiences with you guys tonight, man. And this was very special evening, really was.
Thanks
really
a lot, Eric, for
Well,
setting this up.
Eric, yes, I agree with Marty. I agree with Marty too. Thank you, Eric, for hosting and being that MC for this, and Les for getting us together, man. You don't know how much this means to me, but also to see the faces of the guys I was in the trenches with and in the practices with. I love you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes. And I just want to say one thing. Shout out to the Lambros family, Sharon Lambros, JC Lambros, Maria Lambros, and all their family members.
Yeah.
You know, we love you guys, and you're always in our prayers. You know, and I hope that you guys are going to end up seeing this because I'm going to send it to Sharon once you put it online, Eric. You know.
Yeah. I'll have that. I'll have this finished by well, I will talk about that in a minute, but anybody have any closing words? And don't go away after I shut the recording off. Anyone have anything to say?
Well,
I want
just to say thank you too, and Sharon and your daughters to know that what your father meant to y'all when he meant to us, he meant the world to us.
Yeah.
Shaped not only our lives in basketball, but professionally as well as through friendship. We want to thank you for sharing him with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Live like Nick.
Live like that.
Yeah.
Now, only if we could wear that shirt, but that shirt's small.
Yeah.
I want to say, Eric Short, you're good people, and I have an amazing amount of respect for what you do. And Les is a very lucky brother to have you in his life as long as he has, and getting us together like this and providing this platform for us is a great thing, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, gentlemen.
Hey, ditto is what Carp said, man. Eric, much respect to you, man. Carp said everything that I was going to say, so I don't know where to put it. I mean,
So say it again, Gary. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah. Nah, listen. I
Eric,
appreciate
you know,
it.
but Eric, but you know, I'm sorry,
No, you
Chef.
good. You good.
But from day one, from when I first heard you speak and let's turn me on to you, I was like, wow, I like that brother. You know, I saw what you represented, and yeah, Les is very fortunate to have someone like you in his life. That's it. And now you're part of our life also.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah. I 100% agree on that, and I co-sign. And the one thing that I'll say is, like I'm the youngest one on this, thread in this chat right here, but I'm not the youngest one that Nick, had an impact on. So I hope this continues to grow. Y'all enthusiasm to get together is infectious. So after I get off this call, I'm going to let everybody know that, I went to school with that, this is a platform that we can come on and share and, fellowship. And I hope this is just a launching pad to what is, bringing greatness back to the Hartwick community, Hartwick men, the basketball team. And I just look forward to continuing to, be a part of y'all lives and, be a part of this because I think it is great. So yeah. I appreciate you, Les. I love you. And I appreciate you always, my man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got our Yankee joints on.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm kind of like leaning a little bit towards Marty though, man, because Marty reminds me of my college teammate, man, that I played at high school ball with, Gerard Burns, man. And
Gerard, right.
Gerard is the wicked jump shot, man. We used to fight every day. But you got that same he has that same demeanor, less as Gerard. So I know you played hard, bro.
But let me tell you something though. Marty had more ups than Gerard. That's all I can
Oh,
say.
yeah, Gerard jumped this high off the ground.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Marty
yeah,
had
Marty.
more hops than Gerard.
Yeah,
I couldn't touch high C, but I did okay.
Yeah, you did.
you did.
Yeah, Marty can get up, boy. Woo! My
Yep.
goodness.
All right. So who's next?
Body, right?
Ending thoughts.
I think that's everybody.
That was it.
Dollar? We heard Dollar?
Yeah.
Is there? I think I've said enough. You guys
Okay.
did
All
all
right.
the important things.
All right.
Thank you all. Great to
All
see
right.
everybody. Eric, thank you.
Okay.
You're top shelf.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything.
Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all.
All right, guys. So if that's the case, then I'm going to end this show. Once again, it's the ENL Sports Talk Show with the Hartwick College basketball players and alumni. Definitely see you guys on the next one. Guys, be safe. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks.
God bless you all. Be safe.
Thank you.
Yep. Bless.
Be good, y'all.